Today's garage cooking challenge is elk and sausage chili with Anasazi beans that I'll be making here in the garage. The weather is gorgeous. It's in the high 40s today. And I'm wearing this shirt instead of my apron in honor of Staff Sergeant Tom Walkup Jr., who was killed in Afghanistan in a 53 crash. His father sent me several shirts like this and a number of patches that represent the 8 memorial rides that have been held in his honor. He sent them to me. I told him I was going to keep one shirt and that I would get this memorabilia to people who were his crewmates or friends who would appreciate his memory. So if you know anybody that fits in that category, let me know and send me that information. I will mail them to them. Or I'll probably, if I don't get any answers, I'll send it all on to Tom Green, who will make sure it's distributed well. But these are Anasazi beans. They're really kind of interesting. I've talked about them once before. They're sort of like pinto beans, except that they're not. They're Anasazi beans. These are a native bean that were raised by the Anasazi. And the story about them is that 800 years ago when the Anasazi left the area around the Colorado Plateau and moved down into what are now the pueblos in the Rio Grande Valley, they grew these beans. And the archaeologists found some in one of the cliff dwellings and planted them, and they grew 800 years later. So if you're a survivalist or a food storage person, you might want to get Anasazi beans. You can get them from Adobe Mills. But I've soaked these for a few hours. They say you don't have to. I like to. And I'll put them in the pressure cooker and get them rolling. I'll cook them for about 15 minutes once the pot comes up to pressure. In the meantime, I'll get the rest of the materials ready to go. So the ingredients for today are 1 cut up onion, which is in the pan now. I'll use a can of Rotel, most of a can of Hatch green chilies. This is a pound of elk burger, some Italian sausage, half a package of that, and some tomato sauce. Spices are chili powder and cayenne pepper, salt and pepper. So the beans are starting to cook up now. I'll probably run them 12-ish minutes or so, maybe 15 in the pressure cooker. If you make it in just a pot, it'll probably take a lot longer, but you could do that. And I'll brown the onions up and then add the burger to it and get the meat going. Okay, we've got about 7.5 minutes on the beans. This is the elk burger and Italian sausage. Not quite half and half, a little more elk burger. I had done the onion to this condition, and I'll put them back in here. I've got the heat on low right now. And then I'll add the other condiments, the tomato sauce and the Rotel. And the spices. I didn't have enough chili powder, well, Rhonda didn't, which is why we're using Rotel in the mix. Green chilies. I'll add some water to this to keep it simmering, and then we'll get ready to go. Add the beans once they cool down. All right, beans are done, and I will pour off the water and catch the beans. Let that go a little too long. Now I'll just stir these down in. Let it cook. The other commandos that we lost that day were Major Steve Plumhoff, Scooter Kerwood, who worked for me in the 21st, Howie Walters, and an Army Sergeant Major named Phil Albert. It's our job to remember them. So there we have it. Elk and Anasazi bean chili with a tribute and a toast to our fallen Pueblo brothers. Rest in peace.